Concord, North Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Paris Crawford, Atlanta, Georgia.
Quincy Carter, Decatur, Georgia.
Chancey Watson, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Lauren Boyette, Charlotte, North Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Garrett Sutherland, Atlanta, Georgia.
David Sealy, Deltona, Florida.
Sly White, Raleigh, North Carolina. Go Nados.
Eli Kessinger, Orlando, Florida.
Kevin Horton, Asheville, North Carolina. Go Nados.
Carson Evans, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Joshua Jackson, Louisiana, North Carolina.
Andrew Smith, Warrenton, North Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Jaden Carnes, Concord, North Carolina.
Zane Cottle, Franklinville, North Carolina.
Amaru Grosvenor, Swanee, Georgia. Go Nados.
Darius Stewart, Charlotte, North Carolina.
RJ Johnson, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ryan Smith, Greenville, South Carolina. Go Nados.
And welcome, everyone. A very pleasant good afternoon to everyone tuning in. Some Sunday afternoon basketball, a crucial game, sort of a must-win if you are the Brevard College Tornadoes, taking on the number one team in the USA South, North Carolina Wesleyan. Wesleyan, the number one seed in the conference. We played them earlier in the year, and it was an 80-52 loss, a blowout loss. So the Nados, very imperative that they come out strong in this one against Wesleyan. Wesleyan 19-4 overall, 11-1 in the conference, led by Isaiah Lewis and his 16.2 points per game, along with 7.5 rebounds a game. Nados sitting at 9-14 overall after a win against Methodist yesterday afternoon, in which LB Boyette hit 5 3-pointers. Nados are riding a 3-game winning streak, looking to make it 4 here and cement themselves in the conference. As it stands right now, the standings are tied 3 ways for the 4th spot between Brevard, Greensboro, and Southern Virginia. Now, Brevard does have the head-to-head tiebreaker over Greensboro, having swept the season series. They split with Southern Virginia, so I'm not sure how all of the tiebreakers work. I'm not entirely familiar, but the Nados definitely will do a lot to control their own destiny if they can win this game here against the number one team in the USA South in North Carolina Wesleyan. Back here in just a moment for Senior Day festivities, and then we'll have starting lineups for you here coming up live from the Bosch, Tornadoes, and Bishops.
to center court for a special Senior Day presentation as we honor the 2022-2023 VC Men's Basketball Senior Class. First, number 0, Eli Kessinger, a senior guard from Orlando, Florida. Eli is being escorted today by his parents. Eli will graduate from Brevard this spring with a bachelor's degree in exercise science. Following graduation, Eli plans to attend PTA school. Eli made 10 career appearances for the Tornadoes and scored his first career points last season at Emory and Henry. Eli made the Dean's List while at Brevard College, and his favorite BC memory was being around all of his teammates. Ladies and gentlemen, number 0, Eli Kessinger. Our next senior is number 1, Paris Crawford, a senior guard from Atlanta, Georgia. Paris is being escorted by his mother, Lakeisha Crawford, his father, Jay Patterson, his grandma, Kelly Crawford, and his aunt, Latonia Crawford. Paris will graduate this spring with a bachelor's degree in business and organizational leadership. Paris made 55 appearances with 1 start with the Tornadoes over the course of his 4-year career, playing at Brevard College, including seeing action every game this season for Brevard. Paris scored a career-high 14 points in a road victory this year at Bob Jones. Off the court, Paris was named to the honor roll at Brevard College. And his favorite BC memories were all the laughs he and his teammates shared. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Paris Crawford. Our next senior, number 2, David Seeley, a senior guard from Deltona, Florida. David is being escorted by his parents, Sherlyn and Michelle Sheely, and his sisters, Alyssa and Zoe Sheely. David will graduate this spring with a bachelor's degree in exercise science and plans to pursue a career in strength and conditioning or physical therapy following graduation. David made 45 appearances for Brevard with 22 career starts for the Tornadoes, averaging a career-high 11.2 points per game his sophomore season. David scored a career-best 17 points his sophomore campaign at Berea in the season finale. Off the court, David was named to the BC Honor Roll, and his favorite BC memory was ending the conference tournament drought last season and proving the league that they were competitors in the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, number 2, David Seeley. Our next senior is number 4, Quincy Carter, a senior guard from Decatur, Georgia. Quincy is being escorted by his parents, Karen Yancey and Quincy Carter. Quincy will graduate from BC in the spring with a bachelor's degree in business and organizational leadership with a minor in coaching. Following graduation, Quincy plans to attend graduate school to use his 5th year of eligibility or as a graduate assistant. Quincy has been a key contributor for BC in 3 seasons with the Tornadoes. In his senior season, Quincy is second on the team in scoring with 11.7 points per game and has hit his shots at a 47% clip with 41% made from long range. Quincy dropped a career-high 33 points in a road win at Warren Wilson, which ranks top 10 all time in the NCAA era for BC men's basketball for a single game. Off the court, Quincy is a peer mentor and is the community engagement chair for the Black Student Union at BC. Quincy is a 2-time USA South Academic All-American, All-Conference honoree, and his favorite BC memory was beating Piedmont on the road last season to clinch a playoff spot. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4, Quincy Carter. Our next senior, number 32, Chancey Watson, a senior guard from Charlotte, North Carolina. Chancey is being escorted by his stepfather Robert and mom Andrea. Chancey will graduate in the spring with a bachelor's degree in business and organizational leadership, and following graduation, plans to continue playing basketball as well as having a successful business career while also giving back to his community. Chancey has seen action in 47 games over his 2 years at BC with 16 starts, averaging 7.3 points per game with 3.4 rebounds per game. Chancey scored in double figures 10 times his junior season and totaled a career-high 18 points in a road win this season at Methodist. Off the court, Chancey made the BC Honor Roll, and his favorite memory was making the conference tournament last year and having the opportunity to compete for the title. Ladies and gentlemen, number 32, Chancey Watson. Next, BC would like to honor senior student manager Tamia McGee, who will graduate from BC this spring. Tamia will be escorted today by Charles Reed and the LB Boyer. Tamia will graduate from Brevard in the spring with a bachelor's degree in business and organizational leadership with a minor in criminal justice. Tamia plans on going back home and raising her daughter. She is a peer leader, member of IWIL, president of the Black Student Union, and played volleyball for Brevard for 2 years. Tamia was also the recipient of the Sidney J. Gust Award. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one big round of applause for all your BC men's basketball seniors.
And there you have it, the seniors for this Brevard College men's team, as well as manager Tamia McGee, Quincy Carter, David Seeley, Eli Kessinger, Paris Crawford, and Chancey Watson, the 5 seniors for the Tornadoes, and moments away from taking on the number 1 team in the USA South in North Carolina Wesleyan. The Bishops 11-1 in conference, and the NATOs badly need to come out swinging in this one. A big-time game, a big-time opportunity. That's all you can ask for. You have a chance to control your own destiny if you're the Tornadoes after a rough start of the season, and that's all you could have hoped for a couple of weeks ago. NATOs have reeled off 3 straight wins, looking to make it 4. And why don't we go ahead and take a look at the starters. Starting for NC Wesleyan, number 4, Braden Dixon, senior point guard, 5'10", 190 out of Charlotte, Butler High School. Number 10, Marquise Eskew, junior guard, 6'1", 175 out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Number 11, Khalid Chavis Hines, junior guard, 5'11", 155 out of Greensboro, North Carolina, Ben L. Smith High School. Number 21, Isaiah Lewis, senior forward, 6'7", 188 out of Knightdale, North Carolina, Knightdale High School. And rounding out the 5, number 32, Kyron Kelly, junior forward, 6'7", 200 out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, Terry Sanford. The Bishops are led by head coach John Thompson in his 28th season with the team. Assistant coaches Cornelius Snow and Dante Samuels with him on the bench as well. Now let's meet the Tornadoes in the lineup. A few new faces here today on Senior Day. Number 0, Eli Kessinger, 5'10", 160 out of Orlando, Florida, Thomas Sumter Academy. Number 1, Paris Crawford, senior guard, 6'3", 175 out of Atlanta, Georgia, North Springs High School. Number 2, David Seeley, 5'10", 150 out of Deltona, Florida, Deltona High School. Number 4, Quincy Carter, the senior guard, 6'1", 215 out of Decatur, Georgia, Collins Hill High School, transfer over from Young Harris. And then to round out the 5, number 32, Chancey Watson, the guard, 6'1", 190 out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Olympic High School. The Tornadoes are led by head coach Lee Burgess in season number 11 with the team, and he is assisted by associate head coach Miles Leathers in year 4. And as well as our 6th senior student manager, Tamia McGee. A few minutes away here for some basketball. We will have the playing of the national anthem and the starters once more for you. PA announcer Ray Gill with those. And then it'll be time for tip-off, Bishops and Tornadoes. NATOs badly needing a win, and we'll see what kind of intensity they come out with. Coming back here in just a moment.
NC Wesleyan. Head guard, a 6'2" freshman from Greenville, 6'5" senior point guard from Charlotte, North Carolina, 4, Braden Dixon. Head guard, a 6'1" junior from Fayetteville, North Carolina, 10, Marquise Eskew. Head guard, a 5'11" junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, 11, Khalid Chase Hines. Head forward, 6'7" senior from Knoxville, North Carolina, 21, Isaiah Lewis. And head forward, 6'7" junior from Fayetteville, North Carolina, 32, Kyron Kelly. NC Wesleyan is coached by John Thompson. And now the starting lineup for your Brevard College Tornadoes. Head guard, a 5'10" senior from Orlando, Florida, number 0, Eli Kessinger. Head guard, a 6'3" senior from Atlanta, Georgia, number 1, Paris Crawford. Head guard, a 5'10" senior from Deltona, Florida, number 2, David Seeley. Head guard, a 6'1" senior from Decatur, Georgia, number 4, Quincy Carter. Head guard, a 6'1" senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 32, Chelsea Woodson. Your players are coached by Mr. Lee Burgess and assisted by Mr. Miles Sanders and student manager Talia McGee.
There you have it, folks. Starting lineups for both teams, the Tornadoes and the Bishops. A pivotal USA South matchup here for the Tornadoes against the number 1 team in the conference, North Carolina Wesleyan, sitting at 11-1 and here just moments away from the tip. Wesleyan breaking the huddle, starting 5 heading out onto the floor. Looks like it'll be Paris for the tip for the Nados. The Bishops coming out. Hines likely. Khalid Hines likely.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Tornado Basketball.
Walking back towards David Seeley, and now Isaiah Lewis takes in the tip. First possession will go to the Bishops. Over to Chavis Hines. Oh, the lob up. No, he can't hit the layup. Going up with a second chance. Blocked. Getting a third chance. Blocked again. It'll stay with North Carolina Wesleyan. They tried the lob to Isaiah Lewis right off the bat. A rebound was grabbed by Kyron Kelly. He went up, got stuffed, got another rebound, got stuffed again, and they have the ball once more, and now a whistle. Something falling on the floor. Inbound coming here from Chavis Hines. Chavis Hines throws it in. Lewis has it, guarded by David Seeley. Going inside, goes up, can't finish. Once again, 2 nice looks at the rim and 2 misses there by Isaiah Lewis, the leading scorer for NC Wesleyan. Watson over to Kessinger. Finally, the first Tornado possession, 30 seconds in. Crawford crossing over, going inside, goes up, can't get the basket. Too strong there. Good defense by Kyron Kelly. Coming up the floor now, Chavis Hines. Chavis Hines pass down low. Lewis getting it back. Knocked away David Seeley in front of the NATO bench. Trying to go after it. It'll stay with Wesleyan. The NATO's playing good defense here in this first minute. North Carolina Wesleyan definitely has the size advantage on the floor right now. Inbound from Dixon. Goes to Lewis. Now going inside, Chavis Hines. He goes up. Can't hit, but he's fouled. 2 free throws coming here for Khalid Chavis Hines, the junior out of Greensboro. Chavis Hines, a 77.6% free throw shooter. And the first free throw, no good. NATOs are getting some good defensive looks here, but can't quite finish on a turnover. Got to do a little bit better job rebounding as the second free throw goes in, and it's 1-0 North Carolina Wesleyan. Chancey will inbound it. David Seeley. Sealy trying to get by Chavis Hines. Instead gives to Crawford. Now Quincy Carter. Chansey looking. Quincy fires up a three. Can't hit. Too strong. Rebound Lewis. And he'll hit the outlet over to Chavis Hines. Trying to race up the left side. Chavis Hines pump fakes. Gives over to Lewis. Lewis going inside. Goes up. Can't hit. Rebound David Sealy. Sealy crossing over to his right. 2-on-2. Sealy. Carter on the pass. He's surrounded. Paris Crawford puts a move. Chancey Watson now right wing. NATO's playing with good pace. Kessinger. A three ball. Cannot hit. Chavis Hines up the right side. Crossing over to his left. Stepping back now. NATO's getting ready to check in. And it'll be knocked out of bounds. Chavis Hines. No, he saves it. Quincy Carter knocked it up in the air. Looked like it was going out. Chavis Hines saves it. Wesleyan has the ball with 10 on the shot clock. Lewis up top. Gives over to SQ. SQ right side trying to go in on Watson. Goes up with the layup and gets it. Marquise SQ, the junior out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, gets the first field goal for North Carolina Wesleyan about 2.5 minutes in. Crawford. Over Carter. Watson. Quincy. Dribbles over. David Sealy gets fouled. Fouled by Chavis Hines. And now it'll be Garrett Sutherland, Carson Evans, KK Horton, and Jaden Carnes coming in. The kind of de facto starting lineup after the seniors got to start it out. Quincy Carter, normally in the lineup, will stay in. Shout out to the seniors once again. Crawford, Kessinger, Sealy, Chansey, Evans over to Sutherland. Now Quincy Carter on the left elbow. Going inside, picks up his dribble, gives over to Evans, floats it up, can't hit. NATO's still scoreless after a few trips down the floor. Crossing over and stopping is Dixon. Now goes over to Lewis. Chavis Hines, right side. SQ with it, has the only Wesleyan field goal so far 3 minutes in. Lewis up top, guarded by Carnes. Now Chavis Hines gets a step on Carnes, goes up, can't finish. Rebound Garrett Sutherland. Pass over to Evans, it's through his hands. Sutherland a little too aggressive there on the break and floats it just through the hands of Carson Evans. Couldn't come down with it, and a Tornado turnover. Dixon will inbound. There's some sort of discussion here with the official and Coach Lee Burgess. It looks like Horton is coming off the floor, taking something off. We have multiple jerseys being put on and taken off. Charles Reed just put one. Garrett Sutherland confused with whatever wardrobe malfunction. I guess they can't have the white undershirts on. I'm not really sure. Might have something to do with that's what everyone on Wesleyan has, but everybody with the white undershirt just had to take it off. Saw KK Horton walk out and take his off, come back without it. SQ up top to Lewis. Now Chavis Hines. Carson Evans on him. Now Quincy Carter on him. Dixon, right wing, over to Chavis Hines. Tries to shoot a mid-range over Quincy Carter and hits it. 5-0 to start the ball game. NC Wesleyan, and now Charles Reed will bring it up. Reed gives to Boyette. Now Carter. Carson Evans. Quincy Carter. Pass over to Carnes. Long two. Hits! Jaden Carnes with the first made basket for the Tornadoes, and the ice is now broken. Got to string a few together against a team like this early on. Over to the left, SQ. Right side, Chavis Hines on the wing. In the high post now. Knocked away. Quincy Carter with the steal. Carter running up the floor. Carnes in the open court. Fumbles the ball. Gets it over to Evans. Nearly a wasted possession there. Quincy Carter has it, however. About 4.5 in. Quincy to his right. Now Evans. Evans, pump fake. Quincy, three ball. Hits it! Quincy Carter. A big three ball to get him up one here. At least that's what the scoreboard is reading. Over to the left. Dixon. Guarded by Quincy Carter. He crosses over, tries to put a move on, picks up his dribble, turns around, floats it up, can't hit. Offensive rebound by Kyron Kelly and the putback basket. And now the score is fixed. Over to the left, LB Boyette. Now Quincy Carter. Over to the right, tight pass. Over to Evans. Quincy going inside, pass back up top, Carnes. A three. Carnes! 9-7 ball game. Tornadoes leading here early on. Jaden Carnes and Quincy Carter providing a spark. Going inside, passing it out to Lewis was Eskew, and now Chavis Hines. Mid-range jumper, can't connect. Offensive rebound, Kelly. He's swarmed. He goes up. He gets the basket. Kyron Kelly putting in work down low. And all even up about 6 minutes in here. Reed. Over to LB. Now Carnes dribbling to his left. Gives to Quincy. Quincy crossing back. Firing up another three. Hits it! Quincy Carter on senior day. From downtown twice already. Carnes added one himself. And all of a sudden the NATO's offense hot. Up 12-9. Going inside Lewis. Floats it up. Can't hit. Rebound Charles Reed. Reed, middle of the floor. Racing him to the basket. Turning around now. Will look for a pass. Will hit Quincy Carter. Carter moving to his right. Lewis picks up. Now bumps off. Reed. Right side. Carson Evans. Left side. LB in front of the Wesleyan bench. Evans gets a step. Goes in. Layup is good. Carson Evans with the basket. NATO's with a 5-point lead here early on. Pass over to Kelly. He goes up and can't finish. Gets his own rebound again. Kelly destroying the offensive glass and a foul. Kyron Kelly showing strength in the post. That's LB Boyette with the foul and a timeout coming here. NATO's leading at 14-9, 7 minutes in here from the Bosch. Big USA South matchup, and we'll be right back. Back out of the timeout, it'll be Chavis Hines to inbound. NATO's leading by 5. North Carolina Wesleyan ball. Looking for an inbound pass and dangerous and oh! They're going to call a foul on Charles Reed. Reed just jumped with him. He caught the pass, walked backwards and fell. That should have been a travel. Instead, it'll be a foul against Charles Reed as Austin Manley will inbound. Goes over to newly checked in Sal Bay Young. Now Chavis Hines going inside, up off the glass. Can't finish. Nearly had a three-point play there. Instead, it'll be 2 more free throws for Chavis Hines, who went 1 for 2 in his first trip. How about Quincy Carter? 6 points, 2 of 3 from 3. Jaden Carnes, 6 points, 2 of 2 from 3. Brevard, 5 of 9 from the field. Wesleyan, 4 of 14 already. 28% shooting. Chavis Hines can't hit the first free throw, similar to the first trip. And now Horton will check back in for Charles Reed, who was just hit with the foul. Second free throw is good, so he follows the same script as the first time. Now Carson Evans gets the inbound. Chavis Hines racing over to get in front of him. In front of the Wesleyan bench. Carson to his right. Now KK Horton. Carnes, a dribble. Hand off Quincy Carter. Carter stepping back now at the top of the key. Driving into his left. Backdoor pass. Carson Evans knocked out of his hands. Horton, corner. Boyette, 10 on the shot clock. LB takes a couple steps, floats it up, and he's called for a travel. That was only 2 steps. A travel nonetheless called against number 5. And it'll be a Tornado turnover. Chavis Hines, left side, kind of been running this offense so far. Gives it over to Manley. Pass Bay Young, guarded by Boyette. He goes up, can't hit. Too strong. KK Horton with the rebound. Horton whips a pass over to Quincy Carter. Quincy left side, guarded by Manley. Might take advantage of the matchup, but gives over to LB Boyette. Carnes, left side, dribbling to his right. Looking for a pass, has LB right side. Going to fire up a jumper and hit! LB Boyette from beyond the arc continues his hot shooting. 5 of 8 yesterday afternoon. 1 for 1 today. A big one there to put the NATOs up 7. Brevard 5 of 7 from 3 early on now. As Kyron Kelly gets the basketball, gives it over to Chavis Hines. Chavis Hines to his left, working on Jaden Carnes. Goes inside, floats it up, can't hit. Rebound knocked up in the air, and it'll be an offensive foul against Kyron Kelly. It's Kelly's first, Wesleyan second, and the NATOs will have the ball up 7 about halfway through this first half. A timeout coming. NATO's off to a good start, shooting lights out from beyond the arc. And we'll be back here in just a moment. 17-10 from the Bosch on Senior Day. Back on the floor, NATO's holding a 7-point lead early on here. KK Horton will inbound over to Garrett Sutherland. Sutherland will try and race Bay Young up the sideline. Now will reverse course to midcourt. Pressured, looking for a pass, stolen. It's Dixon. Dixon going up, gets it off the glass. Horton inbounds to Carson Evans. Gonna try it again this time. Evans, guarded tightly by Chavis Hines, gives to Carnes. Carnes, backdoor pass, KK Horton off the glass. Nice find there. Finding a cutting Horton, was left alone. Bay Young, guarded by Jaden Carnes, spinning, going up, blocked, gets his own rebound, goes up again, he's fouled. Good post defense. Most definitely a size advantage for Wesleyan in that situation. Bay Young 6'5", 215. Jaden Carnes 6'4", 170. He tried to take advantage of it. Carnes was able to get the block the first time around. And now free throws. First one no good for the big man. A graduate out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And the second free throw is good. So it's a 6-point Tornado lead, and Carson Evans will bring the ball up. Guarded by Chavis Hines. Now Sutherland. Over to KK. Horton. Sutherland going inside, turning around, fits it in there to Sly White. White, a dribble. Hand to Evans. Sutherland, 10 on the shot clock, goes inside, looking for another pass. Evans. Evans has a step. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Sly White. White over into the corner. It's taken away by Manley. Right on the baseline, intercepted by Austin Manley. Dixon trying to set up Isaiah Lewis here, guarded by the much smaller Carson Evans. He'll fit the pass in. He will go up, get the finish, and the basket. Free throw coming. It's an and one. It'll be against Carson Evans. It's LB's second foul. Thought it was on Evans and said it was called on LB Boyette. It's his second foul, and he will have a seat. Chance to get the lead down to 3 for Lewis. And out of the timeout, Wesleyan surging. Horton into Crawford. Now KK has it back. Horton past the midcourt logo, goes to his right. Now working inside, trying to get some space. Finds Sutherland under the basket, left alone. Garrett Sutherland with an easy 2 there. Bay Young, pass deflected. Manley has it, however, on the left side, looking around, gives to Dixon. Braden Dixon, right side, Chavis Hines, guarded by Carson Evans. Pass, Bay Young, Lewis under the goal, goes up, he's fouled again. Lewis, the leading scorer for Wesleyan, 16.2 points per game. Brevard, 8 of 13 from the field right now, 62%. Wesleyan, 6 of 19, 32%. They're getting to the line a lot more, though, as the first free throw good for Lewis. Back and forth last few minutes. And the one thing Wesleyan no doubt has the advantage in is size. This is their 9th trip to the line already, and they're using that size to their advantage. The second free throw, good as well. Back to a 3-point game. Halfway through the first 20 minutes of play. Evans, Sutherland, Paris Crawford over to KK Horton now. Horton looking around, now dribbles to his left and gives to Carson Evans. Paris whips it over to Horton. Nice pass. Horton setting up left corner. Paris again. Moving to his right, wants a pass, gets a screen, 8 on the shot clock. Horton hauls it in, goes inside, turns around, and a travel. Travel called against Horton there. And no, they'll call it a foul. Yeah. It'll be on Manley. It was originally called a travel by the baseline official. The Tornadoes have it back. Crawford. Second chance for the Tornadoes here. Carson Evans over to Sly White. Horton going inside, free throw line jumper is good. The Nados keep answering. Up the left side, Chavis Hines. Gives over to Eskew. Chavis Hines lobs it over. Lewis left alone. Lewis doing all the damage right now. Brevard 9 of 14 from the field, 64% still halfway through this first half. Need another basket here. Need to string together a run. Get some space. Horton, Sutherland goes inside, puts it up off the glass. It's good. Nados continue to just make everything. And that's a good thing because right now they can't buy a rebound. Second chance points being given a lot, but they force a turnover there. Right by the NATO bench. Ball was lost there. Wesleyan fumbled it out. I think that was Manley. And Chancey Watson back in now will inbound. Horton takes a seat. Carson Evans. Brevard 67% from the field. Wesleyan 35%. However, still just a 5-point game. Sutherland working on Bay Young. Pass over to Chancey Watson. Chancey, the 3 over Manley. Can't hit. Rebound pulled in Lewis. Good box out. Now Dixon. Gives to Lewis. Lewis into the corner, Manley. Dixon. Lewis again. Back over to the corner, Manley. He'll shoot this time. Can't hit. Rebound Sly White. Now Carson Evans has it. Left side. Carson over to Chancey at the top of the key. 7:30 to play first half. Carson a 3. Can't hit. Rebound pulled in by Dixon. Nado's cooling off a little bit these last 2 possessions. Dixon working on Sutherland. Tries to go inside. Shoots a jumper and connects. Little mid-range there, just outside the blocks. And it's a 3-point game again with 7:13 to go in the first half. Dixon, 4 points now for him after that basket. Sutherland over to Sly White. Sly hands to Quincy. Quincy, a 3-ball. Oh, short, can't hit there. Bay Young with the rebound gives over to Dixon. Dixon up top now. Lewis working on White. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebound Chancey Watson. Lewis wanted a foul. I didn't see anything. Chancey Watson. Up top, Evans through his hands, but he has it. Quincy Carter. Pass, Evans. Leads him too far, but Evans saves it over to Watson. Watson, White. 3-pointer is good off the roll. Sly White. Bay Young, left side SQ. NATO's holding a 6-point lead right now with 6:15 to go in the first half. 6 3-pointers made already for the Tornadoes. Dixon in front of the Tornado bench, waiting for a cut, and now will take it inside himself. Pass that into the corner. SQ goes inside, puts it up. Oh, my. What a finish there by SQ. Tough finish. 5:53 to go first half. NATO's leading by 4 against the number 1 team in the conference. Evans, Sutherland, Sly White. Takes a few dribbles, now hands to Quincy. Quincy goes inside, tries to float it up. Through contact, does not get a whistle. Dixon has it now. Dixon, left side, Manley. Ripped away again. Sly White will save it, but over to Lewis. Lewis, waiting on a cut, instead will take it up himself. Will not hit. Lewis wanted another foul there. Might have had a better case on that one. Garrett Sutherland, left side. White, a lot of contact being played with right now. White shot in and out. Offensive rebound, Sutherland, but it's knocked out of his hands to Bay Young. Physical basketball being played right now. No whistles being blown. Dixon puts it up, blocked. Carson Evans. Goodness gracious. A lot of contact right now on the floor. Sutherland, 3 in transition. Cannot hit. Manley chases it down and gives to Dixon. Less than 5 minutes to go. First half, Tornadoes holding a lead, 28-24. SQ, pass over to Bay Young, dribbles it up in the air, whips it down low, knocked away and stolen. Chancey knocked it away. Quincy Carter has it. Quincy, Sly White, a dribble. Looking, Carson Evans goes up and finishes. Wanted the foul, didn't get it, and a timeout coming here for NC Wesleyan. 4:31 to go first half. NATO's leading by 6 over the number 1 team in the USA South. Back in just a moment. Coming back out onto the floor now, and how about these numbers? For Brevard from the field, 12 of 23, over 50%. For Wesleyan, 9 of 26, 37%. From 3, Wesleyan only attempted 1, did not make it. And for Brevard, 6 of 12. Wesleyan has shot 9 free throws. NATO's yet to shoot 1. NATO's losing the rebounding battle 17-10. In the offensive rebounding battle 7-1. But still holding a 6-point lead, because 7 different Tornadoes have scored, and the NATOs have hit a barrage of 3-pointers. As Chavis Hines dribbles, getting a screen from Lewis, now matched up with Evans. Picks up his dribble, whips it over SQ, a head fake, stepping back, Chavis Hines again. Crossing over, looking for a pass, good defense. Watson guarding up on Dixon. 5 on the shot clock. Dixon stepping back, Chavis Hines pulls up, jumper, no good. Rebound, Chancey Watson. Chancey spinning around, Nice dribble moves. Gives over to Evans. Some hard contact. Pass intercepted. Chavis Hines. Chavis Hines bringing it up. Going inside. Puts it up. And the finish over Garrett Sutherland. And it's a 4-point game with 3:38 to go here in the first half. Evans to Watson. Sutherland. Horton. Watson left alone, but instead it gets picked up now and passes over to KK Horton. Sutherland. Evans. Garrett again. Going inside. Puts it up off the glass. Can't get it. A lot of contact. The NATO's still have not shot a free throw. Chavis Hines gives to Lewis in the high post guarded by Evans. Instead, we'll give it up to Chavis Hines. I'm surprised he's not taking advantage of that matchup. Chavis Hines goes in, picks up his dribble, gives to Lewis. Mid-range jumper is cash. Wow. Isaiah Lewis playing a heck of a game right now. He probably should have a few more points than he does. Sly White. Evans. 2-point game now. Sly White gives to KK Horton. Horton goes inside, puts it up, can't hit. Rebound knocked up in the air, brought in by Lewis. NATO's have got to turn the tide here. Going inside, Chavis Hines picks up his foot, goes up, can't hit. Got away with a travel, and now the Tornadoes have the ball. Horton, only one on that side of the floor, will slow it down and will get called for a double dribble. Timeout coming here. NATO's lead has been cut down to 2 with just under 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Back in just a moment from the Bosch on Senior Day. A tight one here in the first half. Back on the floor, less than 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Brevard has not trailed in this game since the 15-minute mark. Isaiah Lewis leading the scoring for NC Wesleyan with 9 points. Quincy Carter and Jaden Carnes with 6. Chavis Hines working at the free throw line, goes inside, lays it up, can't hit. Rebound, Isaiah Lewis gets the putback. 11 points for Isaiah Lewis, and it's all tied up with 2:04 to go in the first half. NATO's got to stop the wheels from falling off here before the half. Quincy Carter. Evans. Dribbling over, gives to Horton. Quincy Carter. Horton goes inside, now pass out, Chancey Watson. Three-pointer, in and out. Rebound to Eskew. Gives over to Chavis Hines, a chance to take the lead. Lewis inside, backing down. Trying to put it up. He's ripped. Gets it back. Goes up. Can't hit. Rebound up in the air. Quincy Carter has it. Wow. Physical play. Horton. Pass over. Watson. Thinks about it. Now goes inside. Pass back over to KK. Quincy Carter. Three-pointer. Can't hit. Too strong. Rebound. Isaiah Lewis. Knocked away. Evans has it. Evans tripped and a foul. NATO's playing some tenacious defense right now. Making Wesleyan earn everything, no doubt. Manley and Kyron Kelly will both check in. And a 30-second timeout coming here for the Tornadoes, who have a chance now to take the lead on this possession. 1:18 to go. Have had the lead for most of this first half. Did not trail since the 15-minute mark earlier on. Still haven't trailed, but now all tied up at 30 apiece. And the NATO's shooting is what's keeping them in it, giving up offensive rebounds, second chance points, but hanging in there. Shooting 48% right now from the field. Time with the lead. Brevard sitting at just over 12.5 minutes. North Carolina Wesleyan has led for less than 4 minutes. 3 lead changes. And now tied. And it'll be an inbound for Carson Evans. Evans gives to Quincy Carter. Quincy to his left, guarded up by Bay Young. Now Evans, guarded by Bay Young himself. Now Horton, Evans, Watson left alone. 3-pointer cannot hit. NATOs have gone cold, and now a foul against KK Horton. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Manly. Oh, boy. That's the 8th tornado foul. North Carolina Wesleyan has been called for 4, and the Tornadoes are yet to shoot a free throw. Wesleyan, this will be free throw attempt number 10 here. And as I mentioned, Brevard still sitting at 0. First free throw rolls out on the 1-and-1. So empty there for Wesleyan. Brevard needs to take advantage with a minute to go in the first half. Watson, they've had good looks, and that one is knocked away. Chavis Hines saves it, goes inside on Evans, puts up a reverse, can't hit. Rebound, knocked out of bounds, Bay Young, and it'll be Brevard ball. North Carolina Wesleyan is making some absurdly good and absurdly boneheaded plays at the same time right now. Do something incredibly impressive on one end and then find a way to fumble it on the other. Number 1 team in the conference, some uncanny mistakes here for them in the first half. Watson over to Quincy Carter, 37 seconds. About 18 between the shot and game clock. Up top, Jaden Carnes. Carnes, pass. Evans goes up, has the basket. Carson Evans gives the Tornadoes the lead back with 23 seconds to go here in half number 1. Chavis Hines will dribble this one up slowly in no rush. Shorley will take the last shot here. Brevard with 9 assists now after that basket. 10 seconds to go. They'll probably start moving here in just a moment. 7. Chavis Hines about to make his move. Goes to his right. Crossing over on Evans. Goes up off the glass. Can't hit. Rebound KK Horton. And that'll be the half. Tornadoes leading the number 1 team in the USA South Conference after 20 minutes of play. 32-30. Great start for the Tornadoes. Some shakiness at times. And Brevard has not trailed since the 15-minute mark against the top dog in the conference. Only 1 conference loss all season for them. Quincy Carter and Jaden Carnes leading the scoring with 6 apiece for them. Both of those coming from 3 for both those guys. Carson Evans also with 6. 3 of 6 from the field. KK Horton and Garrett Sutherland each with 4. LB Boyette and Sly White both knocked down a 3-ball. And just looking at the team stats here, NATO's shooting 44.8% in the first half, 13 of 29. Wesleyan, 12 of 35, only 34%. But the difference, free throws. Wesleyan shot 10 and made 6. NATO's have yet to make a single trip to the line. 3-pointers, Wesleyan 0 for 1. Brevard, they've knocked down 6 already. Points off turnovers, however. Wesleyan leading 11-5 in that department. Wesleyan leading the rebounding battle heavily, 23-16. 8 offensive rebounds for Wesleyan, only 1 for the Tornadoes. Dead even at 15 defensive rebounds apiece. NATOs with way more assists. 9 assists to Wesleyan's 3. And now here we will have the Brevard College Senior Day for the Tornado cheerleaders. NATOs leading at 32-30 at the half. Back here in just a moment. We'll show some of the Senior Day ceremony and then a message from Brevard College. Back in a moment.
Serves as president of the Campus Activities Board at BC, as well as an RA. Outside of cheer, Bethany is a member of the Honors Program, the Alpha Chi National Honor Society, and Omicron Delta Kappa National Leadership Society. She has made these lists every semester, earned USA South Academic All-Conference with distinction honors, received the Barbara Warner Emerging Leader Scholarship, earned the Grace Ward Leadership Award, and is Letty Pate Whitehead Scholarship recipient, and received the Vicky Clark Flaherty Scholarship at the NC Restaurant and Lodging Association. Her favorite BC memory was cheering in the 2019 Scotty Whitlock Bowl in Pittsburgh. Our next senior cheerleader, Erin Butts from Toccoa, Georgia, who's being escorted by Lori Ryle. Erin will graduate this spring with a bachelor's degree in English with an emphasis on creative writing. Following graduation, Erin plans to come back to BC to be an assistant cheerleading coach and hopes to release some of his own country music. Erin served as a campus activities board member. As a former SGA executive board member, served as a writer for the campus newspaper, The Clarion, and is on staff for our campus literary magazine in the Charizgo. Erin made the academic honor roll in the spring and fall of 2022, and his favorite BC memory was making all the lifelong friends and memories that he'll cherish forever, as well as being part of the Brevard College cheer team for the last 3 seasons, and how it's truly been a blessing for him. Our next senior cheerleader, Nissa Rosales from Rosman, North Carolina, who is being escorted by her family. Nissa will graduate in the spring with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice with a minor in pre-law. Following graduation, Nissa plans to attend law school. She is a member of Criminal Justice Honor Society, Alpha Chi Psi Sigma, and serves as the secretary-treasurer. Nissa has made a dean's list every semester in BC, and her favorite BC memory was getting to be a part of the cheer team and going to every football and basketball game. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for the 2022-23 BC Cheerleading Senior Class.
And there you have it, folks. The Tornado Seniors for the cheerleading team, always repping on the baseline down on the far side of the court. And at the football games, the Tornado cheerleaders being honored, the 3 seniors, as the Tornadoes hold a 32-30 lead at the half over number 1 North Carolina Wesleyan. About 11 minutes away from second half basketball. We'll have a message from Brevard College, and then we'll be back here in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere, folks. Tornadoes and Bishops in a good one here on a Sunday. Senior Day at the Bosch.
Graduate of the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is equipped with the core skills to be successful in any field. So what can students do after they graduate? Anything they want.
I think that Brevard College's Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is better than other programs because of the quality of the teachers.
Students come to us with a question and they leave not with an answer, but with more curiosity about what else is out there. And I think that's what's most important for a college experience, is not to graduate with all the answers, but to graduate with a curiosity and a desire to seek better answers.
Back here on the floor. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half basketball. A tight one here as we start the second half between the Tornadoes and the #1 North Carolina Wesleyan battling Bishops. Nados holding a 2-point lead as we enter half number 2. Going to try and close it out on senior day at home as the first pass goes to a cutting Carnes, who gets to the basket. Jaden Carnes with 8 points. Chavis Hines gives over to Lewis. Lewis looking around, now gives over to Eskew. Eskew goes inside, nearly ripped, and he's called for the travel. The ball got stuck. He kept running with it without dribbling. And a good start these first 30 seconds for the Tornadoes. Carson Evans brings it up. Evans working on Chavis Hines, gives over to Quincy. Now Carnes. Carnes looking for a pass, has Horton. Horton, Carnes, Carson Evans thinks about the three, now gives to Quincy Carter. Evans knocked away, and it'll be a foul against Carson Evans, trying to keep Chavis Hines out of there. They're going to say he obstructed him. That's Evans' first foul. And the first of the half for the Tornadoes, about a minute in. Lewis to inbound. He'll give it to Chavis Hines. Back to Lewis up top. Now right side Eskew. To his left. Down low. Kelly turning around. Sutherland going for the ball. It'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with North Carolina Wesleyan. So it'll be an inbound for Chavis Hines with 8 on the shot clock. Inbound goes over to Lewis. Now up top Dixon. Chavis Hines lobs it up. Going up. Did he get it off? He did. He did. He missed the shot. Sutherland now over to Evans. Evans, 3-on-2. Horton tries to get it over to Carnes, and it's intercepted from inches away by Dixon. He snatched it down, and now a foul against KK Horton. And the whistles have been called a little bit more frequently on the Tornadoes. Already the second foul in the first minute and a half of the second half for the Tornadoes. And in the first half, 10 free throws for Wesleyan, 0 for the Nados. Carnes guarding Dixon over to Chavis Hines. Mid-range jumper from the free throw line is going to go in off the roll. Back to a 2-point game. Evans getting away from Chavis Hines, trying to run inside, looking for a pass. Quincy Carter, three-pointer, hits it! Quincy Carter. Chavis Hines now, left side after the Carter three. Dixon goes around a screen from Lewis. Quincy Carter picks him up, goes inside, pass down low, Kelly. Kyron Kelly, pass up top, Chavis Hines makes a move on Horton, goes inside, lays it up, no good. Garrett Sutherland the rebound. He'll give to Quincy. Carter, right side, trying to clear out. Working to his left, now Horton. Carnes thinks about it, now goes inside, looking for a pass. Evans, left alone for three, hits it! Carson Evans makes it an 8-point lead for the Tornadoes. Wesleyan frustrated. And 2.5 minutes into the second half, the Nados hold a 40-32 lead. We'll be right back. Nados out of the timeout, holding an 8-point lead after back-to-back three balls. One from Quincy Carter, one from Carson Evans after Wesleyan got it back within 2. A lot's happened in 2.5 minutes of basketball so far in half number 2 as Dixon will inbound it over to Chavis Hines. Dixon has it up top, now working to his left, gives to Chavis Hines. Hines crossing over. Lewis dribbling, now stepping back, gives over to Chavis Hines, trying to beat Quincy Carter to the corner, and gets it over to Manley. Manley surrounded, pass down low, Bay Young going up and gets the basket. Nice offense there. Ball movement by North Carolina Wesleyan to cut it down to 6. 3 minutes into the second half. Quincy Carter going to his left. Now Horton. Carson Evans. Garrett Sutherland. Over to Carson now. Carson up top. Carnes. Horton. Down low. Garrett Sutherland. Trying to back down Bay Young. 5 on the shot clock. Turns around. Gives to Carnes. He will pass over to Quincy Carter. Will fire up a long three. Can't hit. Quincy had to take that one from a bad spot. Only 1 second on the shot clock when he got it. And a stop there from North Carolina Wesleyan. 3.5 in to the second half. Dixon, left wing, looking for somebody. Now will go up top to Manley. Chavis Hines, dribbling to his left, working on Carter. Pass over to Lewis. Lewis, gonna work on Carnes. Goes inside, spinning around, puts it up, finishes. Isaiah Lewis with the basket, gets it back down to 4. 4 minutes into the second half, pass knocked away. Bay Young has a steal. Chavis Hines with the ball, and Wesleyan hot out of the timeout as they have been earlier in this game too. Bae Young dribbling. Left wing. Now right side, Chavis Hines. Going inside, looking for a pass, it's Dixon. Dixon, 8 on the shot clock, crossing over on KK Horton. Goes inside, stops, fires, short. Rebound, hauled in Lewis. Euro step is good. Back to a 2-point game, and the tide turning once again. Back and forth game. This one has been since about the 10-minute mark in the first half. Evans crossing over to his right, trying to lose Chavis Hines, cannot. Gives to Horton. Quincy Carter, right elbow, backing down, losing the basketball. Dixon has the steal. Dixon running up the floor, goes to put it up off the glass. It's good. All tied up now. 8-0 run out of the timeout for North Carolina Wesleyan. They called the timeout. Brevard led 40-32. It's now 40 apiece. KK Horton bringing it up. Working on Manley. Carter. Jaden Carnes, handoff Sutherland, trying to get in there, blocked! Blocked by Lewis. Bae Young has it. Dixon, one-on-one with Carter, goes inside and he's fouled. Foul on Quincy Carter. It'll be 2 free throws for Dixon, and Wesleyan with a chance for their first lead since the 15-minute mark in the first half. It's Quincy's second, and a timeout will come before the free throws here. NATO's all tied up at 40, about 5.5 in to second half action. Back out of the timeout here. Wesleyan will have a chance to grab their first lead since the 15-minute mark in the first half. LB Boyette into the game now. Charles Reed as well. Horton, Sutherland, and Carnes will all stay on. LB, 2 fouls early on, kind of limited his minutes in the first half. Isaiah Lewis leading the charge, leading all individual scorers with 15 on Wesleyan's end. Chavis Hines has 8. Dixon has 6 and a chance to add on 2 more. 5 rebounds, 2 assists as well for him. He's got 2 free throws here and a chance to give the lead to Wesleyan, and he'll miss the first. Dixon misses the first free throw. And here comes the second. Also no good. Rebound knocked up in the air. Bae Young knocked away. Horton. Bae Young has it. Manley. Dixon tries to go inside. Spinning around. 3-ball. Manley can't hit. Rebound KK Horton. North Carolina Wesleyan not capitalizing on opportunities. Horton. Charles Reed. LB Boyette on the left side. LB backing down. Turning around. Turnaround jumper goes up. Through contact. Gets the basket. Tough finish there from LB and a much-needed basket for the Tornadoes. LB 5 points now. Pass, Lewis, left alone momentarily. Now Carnes switches on, but Lewis going to get to the basket. 17 points for Isaiah Lewis, all tied up again. Horton, Sutherland, right side. Now Horton again, firing up a 3. He hits it! KK Horton from beyond the arc. Straight away 3 from the top of the key. Knocked down there by KK. 9 3-pointers made now for the NATOs. Lewis getting it again. Doubled immediately. Intercepted. Charles Reed. Reed in the open court. Middle of the floor. Taking it inside. Pass into the corner. Horton. He'll slow it down. Goes in himself now. Oh, what a pass. Garrett Sutherland gets the basket. It's a 5-point lead for the NATOs. 7 minutes into half number 2. Dixon, left wing, in front of his own bench. Moving to his left now, guarded by Sutherland. Trying to back down, looking for a pass now. Will go up over Sutherland. Can't hit. Rebound LB Boyette. LB working to his right side now. Spinning around. Might take Dixon one-on-one and a foul. Brevard to the newfound spark here out of the timeout. And now Askew and Kyron Kelly will both come back into the game for Wesleyan. Reed to inbound into the corner, wide open. Horton fires in and out. Rebound brought in by Kyron Kelly. Kelly over to Chavis Hines. Chavis Hines going inside, puts up the layup over Sutherland and finishes. KK Horton brings it up now right side, gives to Boyette. Boyette, Sutherland, Charles Reed. Reed working to his right, gives to Horton. Sutherland. KK again, wasn't quite ready for it, but gets it. Horton tries to beat Manley to the basket, in and out. Rebound, Salbe Young. Going inside, putting it up. Chavis Hines can't hit. Rebound, Charles Reed. Reed coming up the floor. 2-on-1 in favor of Wesleyan, and an offensive foul against Charles Reed. He did not get away with it. It was a push on Charles, clear as day. A media timeout coming here. 11:53 to go in this one. Tornadoes holding a 3-point lead. Good shooting here the last few minutes for the Tornadoes. And we'll be back here in just a moment. Out on the floor now, out of the media timeout, Charles Reed and the official having a discussion about the push that he was just called for. It was Manley that he pushed, but the thing was Manley may have sold it. Chavis Hines now inbounds over to Young. Young has it, gives to the left to Askew. Askew gives it in. Kyron Kelly knocked away, gives it over to Young now. Young whips it over Chavis Hines. Going inside on Boyette, loses the basketball. Brevard ball. Inbound over to Paris Crawford, who just checked in. Charles come up the right side, guarded by Chavis Hines. Now Crawford. Horton, LB Boyette, looking around, backing down now, gonna go up, no, pass to Crawford, nice pass over there to get out of trouble, Crawford, left side, 8 on the shot clock, LB Boyette, long three-pointer, can't hit, rebound Manley, and a foul here against Paris Crawford. Ill-advised shot there a moment ago from LB Boyette. And he'll stay out there. Horton and Charles Reed will come off. It's Evans and Watson that come in. 5 fouls already on the Tornadoes. 13 in total. Only 5 total in the game for Wesleyan. Bit of a discrepancy there as Chavis Hines goes around the corner, gives up top now to Young. Young going in on Evans, puts it up, can't hit, rebound up in the air, Crawford fighting for it, and Chancey Watson will have it knocked out of his hands by Manley. Manley over to Young, now Chavis Hines. Chancey Watson on him, just over 10.5 to go. 11 offensive rebounds for North Carolina Wesleyan. Manley on Crawford, gives over to Young. Chavis Hines, 5 on the shot clock. Going inside, turning around, turnaround jumper is cash. Chavis Hines. Another basket there. Khalid Chavis Hines, the junior out of Greensboro, has been a big spark plug for this offense. 12 second chance points now for Wesleyan as Carson Evans handles the ball left side and gives to LB. Chancey Watson, LB Boyette, and it'll be a foul against, it'll be against Young, Salbe Young. And an inbound coming here from Chancey Watson. Chancey was looking for Evans. He was getting held onto, but he finds Evans anyways. Evans to his right. Boyette, the 3 ball. Hits that one off the glass. The bank's open for LB. 4-point lead. 8 points for LB Boyette. And it's 50-46 Tornadoes. Chavis Hines with the basketball, going inside, now gives to Manley. A 3, can't connect, in and out. Carson Evans with the basketball. Boyette, he threaded the needle there. LB going inside, puts it up off the glass, and 1! LB Boyette, a chance for a 3-point play. Extends the lead to 6 and a chance to make it 7 with less than 10 minutes to go. 10 points for LB. Chance to get to 11 here and make it a 7-point lead. An ill-advised shot there by LB. Threw it up off the glass, threw the contact, got it, and the free throw. This will be the first free throw all game for the Tornadoes, and Boyette hits it. Chavis Hines now brings it up, down 7. Less than 9.5 to go. 11 points for LB. A 3 here for Manley. In and out again. Rebound, though, to Lewis. Lewis goes up off the glass. It's good. Lewis automatic in the paint today. 19 points for him. Evans. Chavis Hines on him. He throws it out of bounds. Chancey Watson went to cut right as Carson threw it. And a misunderstanding there. Some miscommunication. And it's Wesleyan ball. Right when it seems like the NATOs are starting to pull away a little bit, Wesleyan shows why they're the #1 team. NATOs have not folded to this point, though. Askew. Up top, Manley. Chavis Hines. Lewis. In the high post. Stepping back now. Going to try and get a run at Watson. Spinning around. Going up. Can't get the finish. Chancey Watson to the rebound. Lewis. Upset he missed that one. Here's LB on a hot streak, but we'll give to Chancey Watson. Chancey called for the travel. Picked the foot up before he dribbled. And some sloppy turnovers here. The last couple of sequences. And even Coach Burgess knows that that was a clear travel. 15 turnovers now for Brevard. Only 7 for Wesleyan. The turnovers and the free throws. The 2 biggest reasons Wesleyan is still in this game. Brevard has outplayed them. Chavis Hines crossing over. Gives to the right side, Askew. Askew into Young. Young whips it over to Lewis. Manley, another 3 try, hits that one. Finally, Manley knocks one down. Crawford. Right side, it's a 2-point game with 8:10 to go. First 3-pointer made of the game for Wesleyan. Carnes behind the line, goes inside, puts it up, blocked. It'll go out of bounds. No, but it will be saved by LB, knocked off of him, and whoa, a lot just happened there. Looked for sure to be out of bounds at first. Timeout coming. I believe it'll be Brevard ball, but it's still not confirmed on the call. A media timeout here, and we'll be back in just a moment. Less than 8 minutes to go. NATO's holding on to a 2-point lead. We'll be right back. Back here at the Bosch, NATO's holding tight. Up 2 here on the number 1 team in the conference. They have led for the majority of this game. Brevard's led this game for over 20 minutes of game time, but yet still only a 2-point game, less than 8 minutes to go. LB Boyette, 11 points, a hot streak just a moment ago. 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Quincy Carter and Carson Evans, both with 9 apiece. And then Jaden Carnes, 8 points from him, 7 from KK Horton. Some timely shooting for the NATOs when they've needed it, and they're going to need it here down the stretch. Less than 8 minutes to go. 53-51 lead, and it'll be Brevard ball. Carson Evans to inbound. Carson into Chancey Watson. Watson up top, going to his left. Backdoor pass. Evans going up, can't finish. That was a golden opportunity for the Tornadoes. They can't capitalize. Chavis Hines racing inside. Gets to space, puts it up off the glass, and hits it. All tied up again. 7:35 and counting. Quincy Carter and Sly White getting ready to come in. Paris Crawford, right wing, gives to Chancey. Carnes firing up a 3, can't hit. Rebound knocked up in the air and brought in by Manley. Chavis Hines off to the races. They can take the lead here. Chavis Hines goes up, gets the layup. Wesleyan's first lead since the 15-minute mark in the first half. They led 7-6 at 15:03, and they now lead 55-53 with 7 minutes to go. That ball's through the hands of LB Boyette. Another Tornado turnover, and a new unit coming in here. Sly White, KK Horton, and Quincy Carter all in now. A 2-point lead for Wesleyan, unfamiliar territory in this game for them. They're on a 9-0 run. Chavis Hines, up top Young, pass into Lewis, guarded by Sly White. Lewis going up, and a foul. Foul on White. It's Sly's first and the team's 6th, so the next foul will be a 1-and-1 if it's not a shooting foul. Inbound now to Lewis. Now Askew up top. Left side, Chavis Hines crossing over to his left. Gives to Young. Young on the left side, 9 on the shot clock. Looking for a cutter. Instead will spin around on Carter, and it will be a foul against Quincy Carter. So it'll be a 1-and-1 coming here for Sal Bay Young, with Wesleyan leading by 2, 6:40 to go. Free throws here, 13 and possibly 14 for Wesleyan. And he can't hit. Rebounds up in the air, brought in by LB Boyette. A miss there. Free throw number 13 for Wesleyan. Brevard has shot 1. LB gives it over to Quincy Carter. Quincy's been the hero before. Horton crossing over, goes inside, pass to Quincy. Quincy taking it to his left, now gives to Sly White. 10 on the shot clock. White, LB, pass out. Horton, and it'll be a foul against Wesleyan. That'll be against Lewis. It's Wesleyan's 4th, only Lewis is 2nd. Carson Evans looking for an inbound, has Quincy Carter. Carter, Evans again. Sly White coming around, gets the ball, couple of dribbles, will hand to LB. LB for 3, can't hit. Would have been a big one there. Chavis Hines, around a pick from Lewis. Will work on Evans. Sutter stepping, gives it over to Manley. Manley hit, and 3, oh! An offensive foul. Offensive foul against Manley. He kicked out. And, yes, Brevard ball. Wesleyan not happy with that call. A bang-bang play. Now Horton inbounds to Carson Evans. Evans tripped a little bit, stays with it. Gives over to Quincy. 5:41 to go. NATO's trailing by 2. White up top. Dribble. Hand. Quincy. 3-ball short. And brought in by Askew. NATO's can't hit a shot right now. Quincy falls. Askew gives it over to Chavis Hines. Left side, Manley. Manley. Lewis. Stepping back on LB. Fires it up. Can't hit. Rebound KK Horton. NATO's need to capitalize. Horton. Right side. Slows it down. Goes behind the back. Motioning Quincy Carter out. And will come over to his left. Screen from Sly White. Picked up by Salbe Young. And a foul against Salbe Young. Jaden Carnes and Charles Reed will come in. That'll be the 6th foul against Wesleyan. So the next one for them will get it to a 1-1. Braden Dixon checking back in as well for Wesleyan, senior point guard, 5'10", 190 out of Charlotte. He's put in some good work in this game. 6 points. Carter gives over to Reed, left side. Charles goes in, puts it up. He's stuffed. Stuffed by Chavis Hines. Dixon bringing the ball up, left side. Up top, Chavis Hines. Dixon around the screen, now to his right, Chavis Hines. Salbe Young, guarded by Charles Reed. Trying to get position, goes inside, puts it up, can't finish. Gets his own rebound, goes up again, and can finish. Salbe Young putting in work on the glass, and a 4-point lead for Wesleyan now, just under 4.5 to go. NATO's need to go on a run. Quincy Carter, Jaden Carnes, LB. LB guarded closely, goes inside, puts it up off the glass, wild shot, tips it back in. LB with what we'll call a strategic move there. A bad shot selection, got his own rebound and tipped it back up. That snaps an 11-0 Wesleyan run. Lewis going up, travel. Less than 4 minutes to go. The NATO's trail by 2 and have the basketball as Coach Lee Burgess will get a timeout here. NATO's trailing at 57-55, 3:59 remaining. It will be right back from the Bosch. Back on the floor now, Tornado basketball, less than 4 minutes to play, trailing by just a basket, 2 points against the number 1 team in the USA South Conference, North Carolina Wesleyan. And Horton now will inbound from the baseline, gives to Charles Reed. Reed, Carter, Boyette, Horton, and Carnes the 5. Horton over to Quincy. Quincy finds a cutting Carnes. He goes up, ties up the game. 57 apiece with the basket. Khalid Chavis Hines gives over to Bay Young. 6th tied game that we've had. Young with the basketball gives it over to Dixon on the left side. Dixon trying to find Lewis and does. Lewis, Carnes on him. It will look for a pass instead. It'll be Chavis Hines. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound knocked out over to Dixon. Dixon, oh, crossover, goes up and gets the basket. Nice move there by Braden Dixon. Reed. NATO's down 2, 3:07 to go. LB coming around the corner. He gets it. That pass intercepted by Askew. He will go up and make it a 4-point game again. Critical mistake there. Back to a 2-possession game. Less than 3 minutes to go. Horton to his right. Now Reed. Carnes dribbling. Gives to Horton. Carnes. Handoff Quincy Carter. LB. Going inside, putting it up, he's fouled. 2 free throws coming in for LB Boyette. He wanted the and one. That'll be Young's 4th foul. LB, first free throw, no good. It's only the 2nd Tornado free throw that we've had. Second free throw, LB is good. 3-point game, 2:37 to go, and a timeout coming here. NATO's trailing 61-58. Just over 2.5 to go. We'll be back just a moment here on Senior Day from the Bosch. USA South basketball, critical one here. NATO's need to pull out. North Carolina Wesleyan ball. 2:37 and counting to go. Wesleyan leading by 3, 61-58. Chavis Hines floats it in to Dixon. He puts up a mid-range jumper, can't hit, rebound. Quincy Carter fighting for it, and a foul. So it'll be free throws for Quincy. It'll be a 1-and-1. 2 big free throws coming for Quincy. I think that's on Dixon. Quincy Carter, 9 points and 4 assists, trying to add on to that right here. The free throw is good. Another one coming here for number 4 on his senior day. Quincy continuing to be an anchor. Suffered an ankle injury just a couple of weeks ago and is playing maybe his best ball of the season since then. Second free throw good as well. 1-point game, 2:20 to go, as good as it gets in the USA South. Chavis Hines goes inside and can't finish. Reed getting chased from behind, ball knocked away. Chavis Hines throws it right over to KK Horton. 2:06 to go. NATO's can take the lead here with a basket. Reed, Quincy Carter, Jaden Carnes looking for a backdoor pass. Horton goes up, he's fouled. And KK Horton will head to the line. NATO's in the last 3 or 4 minutes have gone to the line much, much more than they did the first 20-so minutes of the game, which was once. Everyone chipping in. Boyette with 14, Carter with 11, Carnes with 10, Evans with 9, and now KK Horton, 7 points, 5 rebounds. A chance to add on here. 1-and-1 for number 13. A chance to tie it on this free throw, and will. A chance to give the Tornadoes the lead with less than 2 minutes to go. Coming up right here. Critical game for the Tornadoes coming into today, and a 3-way lock for the 4th spot with Greensboro and Southern Virginia. Second free throw is pure. KK Horton knocking down the free throws. Here comes Chavis Hines. Timeout coming here, North Carolina Wesleyan with 1:50 to go. NATO's holding a 1-point lead. Intense here at the Bosch. NATO's trying to close it out on Senior Day and get a critical victory. Back in a moment from the Bosch. back out on the floor here. Less than 2 minutes to go, 150 remaining. NATO's leading it by 1 point, 62-61. It's North Carolina Wesleyan ball after they called a timeout. And we'll see what head coach John Thompson in year 28 drew up here. Chavis Hines will look for an inbound. It'll be Young, who gives immediately to Dixon, and it's a backcourt. Dixon berating Young for that. And it's a turnover, not even a forced error. Young overthought it. And Horton inbound over to Charles Reed. A basket would go a long way for the NATOs here. Preferably you want number 4 or 5 taking the shot. Quincy up top. Charles, 8 on the shot clock. Reed going inside, pass through the hands of LB. It's out of bounds, and the NATOs turn it right back over to him. Wesleyan ball, Young up top gives to Dixon. Lewis has been their biggest threat all night. Lewis backing down. Carnes goes up, can't hit. Rebound, Jaden Carnes. LB coming up the left side. He'll wait it out. 1:09 to go, and a timeout here for Coach Lee Burgess with 1:08 to go. NATO's leading by 1 point against the number 1 team in the USA South. They've only lost 1 time in conference this season, and Brevard trying to become the 2nd team to do it and go a long way to securing their postseason future. Back here in just a moment. 62-61, down to the wire here on Senior Day. Out of the timeout. Possession arrow does point to BC if something happens, and each team with 1 timeout remaining after that. It'll be KK Horton to inbound. 2 stops in a row from the Tornadoes, a backcourt, and then a miss by Lewis. Inbound goes over to Charles Reed. Reed, Carter, LB, KK Horton. Looking, giving to Charles Reed. Reed, 8 on the shot clock. Carter, Carnes, handing off LB, trying to corral it. 3 on the shot clock. Long 2, can't hit. Rebound up in the air, brought in by Chavis Hines. 45 seconds to go. Chavis Hines looking for a pass, and now Lewis has it right at the BC logo. He'll give it back to Chavis Hines. About 15 seconds between shot and game clock. Defense chance raining down. Young gives over to Dixon. Manley to his right. Chavis Hines, no help in the paint. Going inside, mid-range, no good. Rebound Young, blocked, and a foul. Now Young is only 1 of 3 from the free throw line. If he goes 1 of 2, the game will only be tied. If he knocks them both down, Wesleyan has the lead with 20 seconds to go. Young at the line. North Carolina Wesleyan, 15 offensive rebounds. First free throw, no good! Wesleyan at 6 of 14. They've done a good job getting to the line. Have not knocked down a lot. The Bosch as loud as I've ever heard it. The free throw, no good! KK Horton with the rebound. It's ripped away, and a foul! A foul on Young! Brevard's got free throws. That'll be Lewis on the foul. Oh my goodness. A chance to close it out here over these final few stretches against the number 1 team in the USA South. Brevard is 6 of 7 from the line. KK Horton 2 for 2. Horton. First free throw is good. a chance to make it a 3-point lead and force a 3-ball. You got to assume if he makes this one, it'll be a timeout for Wesleyan. They have one remaining. KK Horton into double figures now. Horton fires up the second and hits it. 3-point game, 18 seconds to go. Chavis Hines bringing it up. They're just going to go to work. Dixon going inside. Hopstep puts it up. It's good. 9 seconds to go and a timeout. We'll see if the NATOs will be able to knock down 2 more free throws. And surely they will be fouled with 9.4 to go. And Coach Lee Burgess has got to be thinking about putting in his best shooters right now on this possession. Best shooters and best ball handlers. You cannot turn the ball over, and you cannot get stuck, and you cannot miss your free throws. You need reliable free throw shooters at this point in time. 9.4 to go, up 1. You have the ball. You're going to get fouled quickly. So I'm sure Coach Burgess is just sitting there talking it out, telling them do not do anything too aggressive and get ready to shoot 2 free throws. Coming out of the timeout now. As good of a game as I've ever seen here at Brevard against the number 1 team in the USA South, 11-1 in the conference. Crowd's into it. BC ball. $9.4 to go. Horton to inbound. It will be Quincy Carter. Carter over to Horton, and they foul him with 6.6 to go. Horton 4 for 4 from the line. Got to make one. You want to make both. Wesleyan does not have a timeout. So if he made the first and missed the second, Wesleyan would have to take it in those 6.6 seconds and make a play. KK Horton at the line, 2 more here. He's 4 for 4 from the stripe. First free throw, no good. Horton was 4 for 4 from the line. Now 4 for 5. Got to make it 5 for 6. And then if you make this one, cannot allow a 3. Horton hits the second. So a tornado timeout, and now it's going to be time to put in your best defensive lineup. 6.6 to go. Cannot allow a 3. Anything inside is a different story. You don't want to give anything up, but absolutely refuse to give up the 3-ball here. A 3-ball means a loss, 66-65. And you cannot foul and give a 3-point opportunity here. Just got to avoid letting them get this last-second victory. You don't want to play for overtime. Both teams are out of timeouts. The possession arrow goes BC's way, so if they could force some sort of tangle up here, they would get the ball. And likely the victory. 6.6 seconds here at the Bosch. Cannot allow a 3. NATO's leading the number 1 team in the USA South Conference, 65-63, with just under 7 seconds remaining in this one. As good of a game as we've seen all season, definitely, and maybe for me ever. NATO's breaking the timeout. North Carolina Wesleyan was already out on the floor. It's Manley, Lewis, Dixon, Chavis Hines, and Young. For Brevard, Boyette, Carnes, Carter, Reed, and Horton. Inbound, Dixon. Going to bring it up the floor. Is just going to try and take it coast to coast. Will float it up. It's good. 0.8 seconds to go. Horton. Inbound. LB. And we're playing in overtime, folks. Extra basketball coming. 65 apiece. Going to OT. Braden Dixon just taking it to the hole. Floating it up and getting the basket. We head to OT. 65 apiece. Back here in just a moment. Crowd into it. Hotly contested against the number 1 team in the USA South. Thought we were going to get the victory in regulation. Going to have to earn it over these next 5 minutes. Back here in the Bosch for overtime basketball. The last overtime game for Brevard was a double overtime win, 104-98 against Berea in December of 2021. I remember being on call for that game. LB Boyette had a huge performance. Alex Wessig sent it to overtime, and the NATOs got the victory in 2 overtimes. And the tip will be taken by Wesleyan here. Tied up 65 apiece, 5 minutes to decide it. Dixon. Down low, Lewis. Quincy Carter on him. Turning around, going up. Can't hit. Young the putback. Lewis the putback. Another one. Ball's knocked around and a foul. Wesleyan could not finish, but Brevard could not grab a rebound. Free throws coming here for Lewis. And a chance for Wesleyan to strike first in OT. Lewis fires and hits. Lewis leading by 1. Fires the second and can't hit. And they're going to call a lane violation against Brevard. So another try here for Lewis. We've seen this happen 2 games in a row now. NATO's not able to keep their balance. Lewis fires up and can't hit that one either. Rebound will go over to LB Boyette. So 1 out of the 2, really 1 out of the 3, knocked down by Lewis. Quincy Carter over to KK Horton. First possession of OT for the NATOs. Carnes with it. Carson Evans stepping back, moving to his left now. Screen from Carnes. Into the corner, KK Horton, 10 on the shot clock. Horton, Quincy, Jaden Carnes, Evans, a three-pointer, cannot hit. Offensive rebound, Carnes goes up, can't get it, and it'll be Wesleyan ball. Carnes got the board, went up, through contact, might have just got stuffed. Couldn't finish. And Coach Burgess saying same call as was on the other end of the floor. To his left, Dixon. Going inside, firing up the mid-range, cannot hit, and it'll be a foul against Lewis. No! It will be against Lewis, it will. A little bit of confusion there. Chavis Hines shot missed, and that'll be Lewis's 4th foul. Isaiah Lewis 4 fouls, and Quincy Carter a chance to give the NATOs the lead a minute in to OT here. Carter, first free throw is good. Quincy Carter, a chance to give the lead here to Brevard in overtime. Quincy hits. Brevard 11 of 12 on free throws. Wesleyan has gotten to the line slightly more, but has missed a lot more as well. Manley, Chavis Hines. Up top, Young. Dixon, around the screen, 10 on the shot clock. Lewis, right wing, pass over to Young. Carnes on him, goes up, gets it off the glass. Horton, inbound over to Carson Evans. Evans. Quincy Carter. Quincy, over to KK. Evans, stumbled a little bit but has it. Deep into the shot clock again, 10 left. Quincy has an angle, goes inside, floats it up, can't hit. Manley with the rebound. 3 minutes to go here in overtime. Wesleyan leading by 1, 68-67. Chavis Hines. Dixon, right wing, going inside on Quincy Carter, turns around, throws it out of bounds. A turnover. Dixon wanted a foul. I did not see one. And NATOs will get another chance with 2:45 to go. 11 turnovers now for Wesleyan. And it'll be NC Wesleyan ball after a violation there by Brevard. 19 turnovers for Brevard. Chavis Hines and Wesleyan will have another chance here. Chavis Hines inbounds. Dixon circling back in front of the Wesleyan bench. Up top, Lewis. Right side, Chavis Hines. Manley thinks about the three. Now gives over to Dixon. 5 on the shot clock. Dixon stepping back, past Lewis. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Carson Evans. It'll be a shot clock violation. Good defense there by the Tornadoes. Horton inbounds Carson Evans. Evans, guarded by Chavis Hines, gives to LB. Quincy Carter. Now Horton. Horton, Evans, Quincy. Quincy to his right, 10 on the shot clock. Boyette, Evans, 6 on the shot clock. LB, gonna go inside, pass out to Carter, offensive foul. And Quincy made the jumper after. Oh, offensive foul against LB Boyette. And another wasted opportunity here by the Tornadoes. You gotta start capitalizing. That's 4th foul for LB. Man. 1:55 to go in OT. Nado's trailing by 1. Young into Chavis Hines and the clock rolls. At the NCAA logo, now going to his right. Chavis Hines passing it over to Lewis, guarded by LB Boyette. Lewis goes inside, floats it up, and hits. 3-point ball game. Horton, 22 points for Lewis. 12 rebounds as well as Quincy Carter gets the basketball and will fire up the three. That one's off target. Offensive rebound, KK Horton. Boyette, Quincy, Carson Evans. 3 cannot hit. Manley with the rebound. He's fouled. Oh, my. That's on Quincy Carter. And a chance to make it a 2-possession game here. The clock is continuing to roll. Man, couple of looks there from 3. Quincy Carter way off on his. Carson Evans just missing the mark on his. And now free throws for North Carolina Wesleyan, already up 3 with 1:16 to go. Nados are going to have to heat up in a big way over this final stretch. Quincy Carter will have a seat here on Senior Day. Garrett Sutherland will come in. And now free throws coming here for Manley. Manley hits the first. Manley getting ready for free throw number 2 here. 1:16 to go. And he hits. So both free throws good. It's a 5-point lead. Carson Evans with the ball. Nados need a 3 at some point. LB Boyette over to Carnes. It goes through his hands. He's able to recover it. Going inside now. Carnes pass out. Evans. Evans pump fake. Carnes not shooting it. Sutherland. Boyette going inside. LB floats it up off the glass. Almost an and one. Instead, it'll be 2 free throws for number 5. So 2 free throws coming here for LB. It's imperative that he makes both. And then you got to play a little bit of defense. As we said, LB's been here before. That double OT game against Berea. And he misses the first free throw. Nado's not converting chances they've had over these last couple minutes. Charles Reed getting ready to check back in, and LB hits the second.
Charles Reed.
4-point game. And now Dixon will inbound. You need a stop and then a quick score. Manley. Guarded by Sutherland. Now Chavis Hines. Doubled. Trying to pass. Finds Dixon. Dixon trying to hold onto the ball as long as he can. Dixon tries to give to Chavis Hines. A mishap, but Chavis Hines has it. 7 on the shot clock. Chavis Hines. Lewis. Long two. No good. Rebound, Brevard. Oh, and a foul. Brevard gets a stop, and then another whistle blown. Oh, NATO's not looking good right now. 4-point game, 23 and a half to go, and free throws coming here for Young, who has missed a couple. Young, first one on the money. Charles Reed will come out. Evans will come back in. Firing up the second and hitting. So go figure, he knocks them both down there. North Carolina Wesleyan on a 9-3 run in overtime. Evans, Sutherland, Carnes, KK Horton going inside, can't finish the layup. Lewis will pass over to Chavis Hines, 6 seconds. Chavis Hines fouled, and that's gonna about do it. NATO's on senior day had a golden opportunity to knock off the number 1 team in the USA South, and instead are gonna fall just short here in overtime. Had a 2-point lead with 6.6 seconds remaining. Gave up a game-tying basket to Braden Dixon to send it to overtime. And since then, North Carolina Wesleyan on a 9-3 run. NATO's have missed open looks, have missed free throws in overtime, and just have not capitalized. And this is not good news for the rest of the season as KK gets the rebound on the second missed free throw. Evans, a 3-ball, can't hit, and that's going to be the ball game. North Carolina Wesleyan moves to 12-1 in conference with 1 conference game left. Tornadoes with a devastating loss here on senior day. Not too much to dwell on in this one. LB Boyette, Quincy Carter, both really good games. NATO's held a 2-point lead with 6.6 to go after KK Horton split a pair of free throws. Went to overtime, and North Carolina Wesleyan able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Back here in just a moment with final stats and recap. NATO's losing a tough one, 74-68 in overtime. Heartbreaking loss at home for the Tornadoes, 74-68, a game that they really needed in order to keep pace in the USA South Conference. They will now need to win their final game of the season here in a few days against William Peace, the number 1 team in the conference. And the NATOs very well may have missed their shot to get into the conference tournament, but things can change. a little bit dependent on the outcomes of the final games of Southern Virginia and Greensboro, who we came into today in a three-way tie with, but now after losing to the number 1 team in the USA South, correction by the way, William Peace number 2 in the USA South, as Brevard takes on in their next game. NATO's falling to the number 1 team 74-68 in this one. NATO's finish at the exact same shooting clip at North Carolina Wesleyan. Both teams 39.7% from the field. The NATO's went 10 of 29 from 3, 34.5%. Wesleyan only shot 5 of them. 1 of them went down. That's a 20% clip. Free throws, NATO's 12 of 15, but the ones they missed really seemed to be timely, 80%. North Carolina Wesleyan, 11 of 23 from the stripe, 47.8%, but still able to get the victory here, partially due to the turnovers. NATO's with 20 turnovers, Wesleyan only with 12. Points off turnovers, Wesleyan 26, Brevard 9. NATO's getting out-rebounded by 12, out-rebounded by 14 on the offensive end. Gave up 19 offensive rebounds. Actually out-rebounded Wesleyan defensively, 31-29. Had 11 more assists, 16-5, 5 steals, more fouls, 55 bench points for the Tornadoes, only 14 for Wesleyan. Second chance points, the real killer though. 21 second chance points for Wesleyan, 2 for Brevard, and then points in the paint. 50 for North Carolina Wesleyan, 24 for Brevard. There were 8 lead changes in this game. It was tied 9 times, and the NATOs led for 27 minutes of this ball game, just over 27 minutes, but cannot pull it out. Possibly a devastating blow to the Tornadoes season here, 74-68, falling in overtime on senior day to the number 1 team in the conference. Until Wednesday, when the Tornadoes take on William Peace on the road for the final regular season contest, and their fate will be determined in part by that and in part by what Southern Virginia and Greensboro do. But today, absolutely not boding well for their spot in the standings and their spot in the conference tournament. The starters today, Eli Kessinger, Paris Crawford, David Seeley, Quincy Carter, and Chancey Watson, all seniors starting lineup, but then it was really more of a mix of guys like Quincy Carter, L.B. Boyette, Jaden Carnes. Carnes with 10 points. K.K. Horton was in double figures with 12 points. L.B. Boyette with 15, Quincy with 13, but not quite enough to get the job done today. NATO's falling 74-68 in overtime here at the Bosch. Until next time, go NATOs, and I'm Brady Penn signing off.